Video I will teach you how to post an ad on Indeed. So first of all, we begin with signing in. My information is already preloaded, so I'm going to sign in there and make sure you hit employers/post job, and it will take you to the home screen, or as they call it, the dashboard, where you see all the jobs, the candidates, and the messages. So here right now you should see that 2 of them are pending. One of them is open and one I have as a pause job. So go ahead and hit post a job. And we're gonna use a previous job as a template. So this allows me to just use information that I used for my previous job, such as a bio, the description, and all the requirements. So go ahead and choose a job here as a template, which is going to be, let's just use the latest one we did today here, the 26th. So hit continue. And it's going to take you to the next page. The country is United States, job posting, your role. Sometimes it does ask you this question, sometimes it doesn't. You just select an option. So I, as a hiring manager, I just hit that. So my role as a hiring manager, so they know who they're speaking to. My job title in this case would be, I leave it as Metro by T-Mobile sales rep. You can always change it up, like urgent sales rep needed, sales mobile expert, anything you like. I just keep it as Metro by T-Mobile sales rep. Okay, and so it's going to ask you where you want to be hiring. Is it one location, multiple locations? Where the job is going to be performed at? So in this case, it's easier for everyone to just post one job to one location. So in this case, we're going to do one location. It's going to be a Vineland location. So I'm going to edit this information, because this shows up because it was a template used from the previous job that I just posted, which was the 540. So I'm just going to erase that. And I'm hiring for, I just put 52 West Landis Avenue. And it's going to edit all that information. So that means this job will be advertised in Vineland. And now it's been edited there. And then candidates or employees will be able to see where this job is on the map. It's going to, because we have it as so they can see the exact job location. Okay. Next, it's going to ask you, because of COVID, can this job be done remotely? And it's always a no. They have to come to the location to perform this job. So we hit save and continue. Okay, this other information is already been saved from the previous jobs, and I always leave it as is. This job is a full-time job. We're hiring. The shifts are 8-hour shifts. Sometimes I highlight this 10-hour shift because we do have 10-hour shifts. Weekend availability, Monday to Friday. Good. How many employees do I want to hire? I just put 3. That gives them a rough estimate as to how much we should be sponsoring this job, like how much money, and how urgently do you want it. So I just put 1 to 3 days. That way I can get the results faster, and I can then send those resumes out to the people that need to contact the candidates. So I go ahead and save and continue. Okay, so the pay for this job, this question is specific to the location because we always start at minimum wage. So because we're hiring in New Jersey, I'm going to put the minimum wage as 12 as a starting, and I'll just leave it as up to, normally do a $5 range, so I'll do 17. So they have a rough estimate that, this is not the minimum they can pay, but as they move on, they can earn more money. And especially depending on their experience and their qualifications. So we do 12 to 17 for New Jersey. Like I said, if this was in PA, you saw that it was $8. Minimum wage over there in PA is 7 and some change, so we round it up to 8. So we'll just leave that as is now. Other forms of pay include commission and bonus pay. Bonus pay would be your contests and little incentives that we do here and there. So that is your bonus pay. So those are 2 things that are checked there. The benefits is going to ask you, because we use a template, these are the ones that were highlighted, and these are the ones I'm just going to continue with. So it's flexible scheduling and employee discount. Those are only 2. save and continue. Now this is the bio. Since we use a template from a previous job, this template's already been there. I already customized it to our job. So I'm going to leave everything as is. Everything's good. So I just review it quickly to make sure I have all the information I need. Good. And then the COVID precautions, no need to write any of that information anymore. So just hit save and continue. Okay, these other questions. How do you want to get the resume? If you do, I just hit it's optional and save and continue. Now these are the questions that you may ask the employee so that you can create a better understanding of who they are, and you can even not click on certain resumes because you already see that they answer the questions not how you want them to be answered. So for example, does this person have at least 1 year of customer service? Yes or no. You can hit deal breaker, and this will then delete the ones that are not qualified for these jobs, so that way you don't have to waste your time looking at those resumes. So we have at least one job, at least 1 year of customer service. We have that. I can change this to say 2-3 years. I can change it to say sales, anything you want, but for the most part we just keep it at customer service because we can always teach them the sales as they go. So we have that there. The next question that I have here is like list 2 or 3 dates that you can possibly come for an interview. I'm going to remove this question because we sometimes lose track of these dates because we're not on the Indeed and we're just going to we only get the resume sent to us, so the person who's actually reviewing these don't even see the dates. So I'm just going to remove that question overall. Do you speak Spanish? Sometimes I do. This is the only question I do hit as a deal breaker for certain locations. It's a must to speak Spanish, so if they don't, I'm wasting my time hiring people who only speak English. So let's say there's more questions here. They also have skill tests. I'm just going to remove that one. People tend not to do the tests, and I'm just going to make sure I see something another type of question. Sometimes I always choose to security or work authorization. I'll do security clearance. And you can see here it says active confidential security clearance. And you can see also if I hit work authorization, are you authorized to work in the United States? We already have an experience question. Willingness to travel, ability to commute and relocate. So we have to make sure the employee has reliable transportation to and from the job. So let's just do the applicant should be able to reliably commute or plan to relocate before starting work. We have to make sure the employee actually lives in Violent or has, reliable transportation. So we'll just leave those 3 questions. You can always add more or just keep it as 2, depending on your needs. So now there's an option to also hear from the applicant by sending them a pre-recorded phone interview. And some, like I said, some employee candidates do answer these questions to get a better understanding of where they're coming from, hear their voice, make sure they're not robots, as they say. But I'm just gonna skip that question overall, and you can always certainly click on it, and you can see the questions and customize that as well. So I'm just gonna hit save and continue. And no deal breakers. It will tell you, if you forgot deal breakers, it's okay. I wanna make sure I see all applicants and review all of them. So we'll have a bigger pool of candidates there. So I'm gonna skip that. Now it will take me to the next screen, and it's just reviewing your job before it gets posted. So review it, make sure everything's okay. I'm advertising Violent. That's the pay. Yes. And good. Now I hit confirm. And this is where I can either skip or continue. So the sponsoring job allows you and allows candidates to get more candidates in, and it's being shown or recommended to these candidates. And that way, like I said, it's better visibility for them, and then you get better results. And in turn, we can start hiring people a lot faster. So like I said, I can either post without budget. And there are certain locations that you can do that, and you can get away with that and still get hits. Like I call them hits. They're resumes, candidates submitting their resumes, and sometimes certain locations that do need a boost because it's not being shown and it's not as populated. So a boost does help them. In this case, because I'm hiring in Vineland, Vineland is a highly populated city that does not require a major boost, but I'm gonna add a boost for a couple days and then just remove. You can always remove the sponsorship afterwards. So I'm gonna do a simple sponsor job. Advanced, as you can see, it starts asking you per click and add, and it's easier for us to just do a simple. How many hires do you need? I'll just put 3. As you can see, this has been updated too. So how many applicants you will get over the course of 2 weeks, because I had it as 14 days. But in this case, I want to change it to a custom end date. And I was approved for $30 for each job. Therefore, I'm going to have this job posted for up to the 31st, because once I hit the 1st, it's going to affect my billing. So I'm just going to do the 31st. That's going to give me 5 solid days. As you can see here, I changed it to 5. And it's been, because I was approved for $30 per job, I'm going to just change this to $5. So that's going to hit me at 25, but it's fine. A little bit less because, like I said, this job, this city that I'm trying to sponsor this job at is highly populated, so it's easier for me to get hits anyways. So it's fine. I'll just leave it at 5 days for $5 each at a total of 25. It's going to show you this, saying that a minimum of a job for this type of job, it's $20 is recommended for the best results. But it's okay. I know the city's populated. We always get hits, so I'm going to just leave it at 5. So you will spend no more than $25 during this whole campaign. Okay, so, and it also tells you too, you can change the amount, pause, or close your job at any time. Good. So now we hit save and continue. And most jobs, when you do sponsor the jobs, it gives you a couple, around 20 candidates here, potential candidates that you can invite to apply to your job. So I'm not sure who this doesn't show me much information, but why not? Maybe they're gonna update their information later on. So I'm gonna just hit yes. I want them to I want to invite them to my job. Okay, she works in Family Dollar. Good. She's from Vineland. Managers. Okay, so yeah, so you see, you go through them, you see who will be a best fit, and you invite them. Looks good. And even if you do invite them, that doesn't mean they're gonna apply. You're gonna look at the job, see if they're even interested in your job. So it's better to get as many people interested or aware of your job as possible. So go ahead and invite everybody. Everyone looks like they're from the area. Yeah, that's good. And we hope that they do come and join the company, or they are interested in the company and they do apply. If they don't, then our job is still being sponsored and still being shown whoever wants to is looking for a job in the Vineland area or the sales rep. So we hit continue. So they always sent an invitation to apply. Now Indeed also had the virtual recruiting assistant. Sometimes it shows up, but in this case it didn't show up because I normally always exit, so it's fine. Now you can see our job is pending. It's gonna go through Indeed and their back office to make sure it's a legit job and they were hiring. And it's gonna be, it's mentioned here, 3 to 5 hours. Sometimes it gets posted within an hour, and they will notify me by email once it gets live. And then you can always search or come back on the dashboard, and you can see that it says open. So right now these 3 jobs are pending. I just posted them. It tells you when it ends. It ends in 4 days. It ends on the 31st for $5 a day. And if you click on them, you can always change the amount or the length that you are sponsoring a job. So it brings you back to this screen. So I'll go back to the dashboard, and now we just have to wait until these jobs go live. And in the meantime, you can continue posting jobs, and you're gonna see them on your dashboard. So that is it for right now.